The rain had already soaked through her thin jacket by the time she reached the end of the long gravel driveway, her suitcase dragging behind her like it carried the weight of everything she had lost. Her hands were trembling, not just from the cold but from the words that had been spoken hours earlier inside a home that was supposed to protect her. She had been told she was no longer needed, that she was a burden, and that sending her away was the best decision for everyone involved. Standing there in front of a modest wooden house surrounded by quiet fields and distant trees, she realized that this place was not a destination chosen with care, but a place chosen as punishment. Inside the house lived a man she had never met, a single father raising his young daughter alone. He had agreed to take her in, not out of obligation, but because someone had asked him for help, and he had never been the kind of person who turned away someone in need. When he opened the door, he did not greet her with suspicion or judgment. Instead, he noticed the exhaustion in her eyes, the hesitation in her posture, and the silent story written across her face. He did not ask for explanations right away. He simply stepped aside and allowed her in, as if he already understood that some people arrive carrying wounds that words cannot immediately explain. Her name was Mira, though she barely felt like herself anymore. At 22, she had imagined her life moving forward with purpose, yet here she stood in a stranger's home, treated as someone who needed to be placed rather than supported. The single father, Daniel, lived a simple life. His days revolved around work, caring for his daughter Lily, and maintaining a routine that kept their small world stable. Lily, a bright and curious child, observed Mira with cautious curiosity, not yet old enough to fully grasp the weight of the situation but sensitive enough to sense that the newcomer carried sadness. In the first days, Mira kept her distance. She moved quietly through the house, helping where she could, trying to earn her stay without becoming a burden. She avoided unnecessary conversations, fearing that any question about her past might unravel emotions she was not ready to face. Daniel, however, did not push her. He noticed her silence, but instead of forcing her to speak, he allowed her the space to exist without pressure. That quiet patience became the first thing that began to challenge Mira's expectations of how people would treat her. Her past had been shaped by constant criticism and conditional approval. She had grown up in an environment where love was often tied to performance, where mistakes were magnified, and where her value seemed to fluctuate based on how well she met expectations. Being sent away had felt like confirmation of her deepest fear, that she was not enough. In Daniel's home, she expected to be treated similarly, to be judged for her shortcomings and reminded of her place. Instead, she encountered something unfamiliar: consistency without judgment, kindness without conditions. Days turned into weeks, and slowly, the rhythm of the household began to include her presence in subtle ways. She helped prepare meals, assisted Lily with small tasks, and gradually found herself engaging in conversations that did not revolve around her past. Lily's laughter became a regular sound in the house, filling spaces that had once been quiet. Daniel continued to work long hours, but when he was home, he remained attentive, present, and grounded in his role as a father. Mira began to notice how Daniel handled challenges. There were moments when things did not go as planned, when money was tight, when fatigue weighed heavily on him, or when Lily needed more attention than he could immediately give. Yet he never allowed frustration to define his interactions. Instead, he approached each difficulty with patience, often pausing before responding, choosing UND.